Now, you may not know his name, but you'll never forget his face. Actor Steve Buscemi has made a career of playing creepy characters.
And now you know his name. It's a mantle that he's learned to live with, and as he does in so many of his films, he's learned to die with it too. Here's Brian Williams.
Before people talk about his acting, most people mention that look, his looks, and it's not usually good.
He was kind of funny looking.
In what way?
I don't know, just funny looking.
Can you be any more specific?
Yeah, I know. I always read descriptions of, snaggletooth, bug-eyed. Like, they always have to say that. It's like, okay, every time.
After a while, does it hurt your feelings? Luckily, your family loves you.
They do. I was never that conscious of my looks. I don't know why, until I started, reading about my looks. I was like, is that do I look like that?
Thus begins the list of things you need to know about Steve Buscemi, starting with his name. He pronounces it Buscemi, although he learned later in life the correct Sicilian way is Buscemi. And the big thing about Steve Buscemi is how often he dies.
It's a heart attack.
He's probably been killed more than any other big-name actor of the modern era, and he himself is at a loss as to why.
Why did you die so much?
I don't know. I don't know how I fell into playing these types of roles. It happened, the first one was Miami Vice, the TV show. And I was cast as like a drug liaison, and I was roughed around not only by Don Johnson, but by Willie Nelson.
Excuse me, but this is my deal.
And of course I died in that, and that just started, I guess I died well.
Does it haunt you?
No, I don't think about it too much.
It's part of the job.
It is, yeah. It's a fun, for a while it was a really fun part of the job. And after I was, killed on The Sopranos by Tony Soprano, I vowed, okay, I'll make this my last death. And then Michael Bay offered me this role in The Island, and I get killed halfway through the movie by an anonymous killer. I went, okay, that will be the last one. And that was the last one.
He's played the Weasley guy, the skeevy guy, a ton of both borderline and full-on psychopaths, and it's left him with little choice but to embrace it and even celebrate it on SNL.
You see, for a long time I played supporting characters, like the creepy bellhop, the creepy homeless guy, or the creepy guy.
But the part of Steve Buscemi's story that a lot of us find most interesting happened years ago just across the river in Lower Manhattan. Steve Buscemi was a New York City firefighter, assigned to Engine 55 in the heart of Little Italy. He was the son of a civil servant who got on the fire department waiting list, took the test, went through the academy, and fought fires for a living. We met him back at his old engine company, where, like so many New York City firehouses, the first thing you notice is a memorial to that day. They lost a whole shift from here on 9/11. 5 firefighters, including one, Faust Apostel, who served with Buscemi.
It was such a surreal day, I think, for everybody. But when the numbers came in about the firefighters who were killed, the first number I heard was roughly like 100, and then it kept growing. That's what made it real for me.
The number grew to 343 firefighters lost. After 9/11, Buscemi went back to his old firehouse and volunteered to work on the pile at Ground Zero, just another guy on that solemn bucket brigade, and he went home each night covered in ash. He still comes back. He used to hide the fact that he was an actor because razzing is such a big part of firefighting life. And he loves telling the story of walking into the old bar around the corner the night he got whacked on The Sopranos.
The moment I was killed, they start cheering. Yeah! And they start laughing, and I went, guys, I'm right here.
Sounds very
no
typical.
Respect.
Not every day your colleague gets whacked by Tony Soprano, is it?
On the porch.
There you go, the bug-eyed snaggletooth Steve Buscemi there.
He's a good actor, that fella.
Terrific.